MrBeast's empire is on the brink of collapse as shocking allegations emerge from former employees and contestants. They claim he fakes his videos, rigs his giveaways, runs illegal lotteries, and fosters a toxic work environment for his inner circle. Even more alarming for a brand aimed at children are accusations that he knowingly hired individuals on the registered offender list. Adding to the scandal, his closest friend, Chris Tyson, has been accused of harboring disturbing fetishes involving minors, grooming, and other vile behaviors. What once seemed like a childhood dream built to inspire has now been exposed as a dark machine designed to exploit hopeful subscribers and contestants for personal gain. But is there even more beneath the surface? Let's dive in.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that fraud. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the video.
And that environment, that feel is so hard to get because, you know, most people want to, again, with these big projects, you want to script it because scripting gets budget down, gets filmed. You can take a 50-hour shoot and reduce it to 5 minutes. Or, sorry, not 5 hours if you script it. You can also reduce your budget costs by like 60% if you script shit. And so that's why you don't see a lot of stuff like what we do, because if no one wants to do it authentic and just like let shit happen, you know, things can go wrong or take way longer. They just want to script it and then give you, you know, the boys' lines. That's why I do it the way I do, which is now it's more normal. But when I was growing, especially as I'm like bringing people from LA, like, hey, can you help me? Or other people try to help make this stuff happen. It's like so unorthodox, and like every person has an idea of how you can like make things more efficient. And there always points back to like some form of scripting, and it's like, no. Fuck no, go away.
Former MrBeast employee Dogpack 404 aka Dawson claims MrBeast stages his videos and uses fake giveaways. These accusations suggest that friends and family are used to win prizes, creating a facade of fairness.
MrBeast fakes his videos in ways that are worse than you realize. I say that because he's been exposed for faking videos before, and the common response is, why does it matter if the videos are fake? They're just meant to be entertainment. A large part of MrBeast's brand is the fact that he doesn't fake videos.
It's a huge problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real. Also, if what we had to film was scripted, you know, because what we do is not scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. What we did was scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy.
Train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker, it's just a guy. This whole room is fake, this contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They have got through this fake door twice, this line is scripted, this action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
You did it! Yeah!
They were putting $100 in every order. Now, my speculation is that they put $100 in every order that came across the table that they signed, but I'd be interested to see how they worded that. If the video of this live stream ever resurfaces, I think a lot of these claims will be proven true, which MrBeast definitely has this stream saved. He saves all his .org. We can see what the website looked like on the day of the stream, and while there's no mention of any sweepstakes whatsoever, it does say this limited tee signed by MrBeast and crew, but the description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew, and it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB, deceiving people into believing it was signed by MrBeast. So here's a clip of Tyler using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle. Clearly implied that this is Jimmy's signature, which was established during the last live stream.
Cool. Hey! MB, MrBeast. So this is MrBeast's signature.
No way, this one was signed by MrBeast. It's just got the MB, but that means it's signed by MrBeast. That's obviously his, MrBeast. This is so cool. That's obviously his.
Some people bought these shirts as collector's items or even investments, and this puts into question the authenticity of all MrBeast signed merch, which otherwise could have been very valuable one day. This was clearly muscle memory, and judging by his body language, he knew he exposed this. Even Tariq notices Tyler slip up and immediately looks into the camera, looks guilty, and then readjusts his body and rubs his hands together. Also, MrBeast said during the live stream that this is the last time he'd ever sign anything, and that was just a lie. Illegal lotteries targeted towards children and selling fake signatures.
However, current staff members dispute these claims. Chucky, close friend and senior management at MrBeast Corporation, came out on X to debunk Dogpack404's claims. Mujin, fellow YouTuber, explains.
He worked at the company for less than a month and wasn't an employee for most of the videos he mentions to have knowledge on. There's so much in his video, and I want to specifically address him saying our videos are fake or staged because this is not true, and I was on set for many of these videos. He brings up multiple points and then mentions his response. The first one being, you won't get in a video unless your family or friends with someone that works at MrBeast. Chucky says this is a wild statement that can easily be proven wrong. There's probably hundreds or thousands of people who have no affiliation to friends/family of Beast employees. Think the 456 people in Squid Game, or ages 1 to 100, etc. Jimmy doesn't know more than like a dozen people, lol. The next point was CGI to make backgrounds look cool when we have done multiple public behind-the-scenes videos with So Crispy showing this. It's clearly not a secret. On top of that, we did drive buses in that pit, and same with the train that you claim we didn't. Third point is the raccoon was a paid actor. The reason why DocPack included this in his video was to prove a larger point, because in a video, Jimmy pets a raccoon, makes it seem like it's a wild raccoon, but DocPack says no, actually it's domesticated. They brought it on set just to pet it. Chucky says, I don't even know what to say about this, clearly not an actor. Next point is island costs more than $1. This is referencing MrBeast buying an island. He says that even though MrBeast said it was $1, it actually turned out to be $28 with taxes and fees. To which Chucky said, not true, we did pay $1 for this island. You can Google MrBeast purchases Outer Banks Island for $1, which stated this is before the video. Do a Google search, that is true. There is an article that shows this. Then there are points that don't really matter as much in the grand scheme of things. Like for example, at some point, DocPack alleges that there was a wink that was added in post-production that wasn't actually there during the competition, but that plays into something larger, that some of the storylines in the videos are fake, are staged. Like how when he says, the revenge storyline was added in. DocPack is specifically referencing a storyline here in the video titled Ages 1 to 100 Decide Who Wins $250,000. In this video, you have a massive rivalry between contestants 42 and 58. It was actually one of the main highlights of the video that made people want to watch the whole thing. Now these last 2 points are where it gets the spiciest, right? At some point, MrBeast had a video called 100 Boys versus 100 Girls, right? DocPack alleges that they were fake. In fact, they didn't want the boys to win by too much, otherwise it would have been a PR problem. And the proof was that he messaged a short-term employee he knew that wanted to be anonymous, saying this in a text. Other noteworthy things in the text were also, we didn't have enough girls to film, so several MrBeast employees stepped in for the video, but most had to get out almost immediately. Chucky said, he claims our 100 Boys versus 100 Girls video is scripted, and the proof is a random text saying it is? That's it? It was not scripted. Jimmy probably had countless people on set for that video, and it would have been impossible to hide. This video was not scripted. I was on set for this, and there was no bias for who won. He also implies the video is fake because we have some employees on each team. The employees in the video were to fill in for people who tested positive for COVID last minute right before filming. Thea, Jimmy's girlfriend, mentioned this on a podcast over a year ago. If it wasn't for COVID, they would have not been in it. They had the same money on the line as everyone else. Some random text of someone thinking it was rigged doesn't mean it's rigged.
Rosanna Pansino shares her experience on being a contestant on a rigged
I'm thinking
MrBeast
it's a
production.
fair game, but it's not. If they were having problems finding people, they can see kind of what area you're in. And they came to my area many times, and I was in the smallest cupboards. They had like big ones, medium ones, small ones. I contorted this little 4'10" body into the smallest space, and I was in there for hours. And they didn't even open the door because they were like, a person can't even fit in there. So they went in there and they opened all the cabinets, and my heart was like, oh, they're gonna find me, they're gonna find me. And then I could hear them saying, like, she's not here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she's not here. The other thing that they said is absolutely no climbing in the air vents or the ceiling. And they said it's because they do all their wiring in the ceiling.
Climb up here. I feel good about this spot.
If it was held accountable, especially because this was a YouTube original production, Zach would have been eliminated for cheating.
Playing with young minds. MrBeast's high-stakes challenges are accused of mimicking gambling tactics, targeting his young audience. Literally, triggering, teaching, and indoctrinating young minds into interacting with the Beast brand by subscription or purchase, with the opportunity to win something big or amazing. In this earlier interview, MrBeast shows his understanding of the algorithm and child psychology.
Traffic is what, 13 through 17? Is that the biggest spike in your analytics?
Well, I mean, mine's horseshit. It says like 18 to 24, but I know all my fucking viewers are little kids.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot like that because, you know, little kids lie about their age or they're on their, you know, like...
Oh yeah, and then I have like a fucking massive one for like the 40-year-old range because all the fucking idiots are on their parents' account.
Critics argue that these activities exploit the excitement and trust of his viewers, potentially violating gambling laws. By encouraging purchases for a chance to win big prizes, like Tesla's houses and even a whole chocolate factory, MrBeast's content may be conditioning minors to engage in risky behaviors, like gambling.
Throwing a basketball is considered a game of skill, but predicting which team is gonna win is a game of chance, since you're guessing on an event whose outcome you have no control over. And so again, the MrBeast Feastables Challenge falls into this category. Unlike a lot of his other videos, winning this particular contest is simply a matter of buying a candy bar that happens to have the golden ticket. It is pure randomness, no different from the roll of a dice or the spin of a roulette wheel. In fact, if you actually enter a code, the Feastables lands on no win way more than the odds of the wheel would allow, but just thought it was worth mentioning. So that's 2 strikes against it, but how does MrBeast's Feastable giveaway mean that you're required to give up something of value in order to participate? If you're paying for an entry, then yeah, it's gambling.
Dogpack404 shows he's using the call to action on YouTube in the same manner as in a lottery.
They win big rewards.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day. Some of them feel like I just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos. Hit that subscribe button because you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
When people are devout followers of MrBeast, they get rewarded. And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn to do what MrBeast tells you and you will win big rewards. But you actually won't unless you're famous or friends or family of a MrBeast employee. So young impressionable viewers are made to believe that MrBeast is a trusted authority who can give them big rewards. These young viewers are explicitly shown that dedicated followers or random subscribers like themselves are winning big rewards when they do what MrBeast tells them. These young viewers are explicitly told repeatedly that if they subscribe, if they buy products or act in some way that benefits the brand, they will win big rewards. Trust MrBeast, watch him help others, contribute to his cause, and one day he'll help you too. That's the formula. Subscribe for a Lamborghini and to make ride, you could be in one of these. Subscribe right now, and you might get picked for the next video.
The Beast Group fully understands the psychology of its subscribers and uses the idea of charity and the chance of winning something interacting with the Beast brand to entice more and more subscribers. These subscribers are usually under the age of 16 in financial difficulty or mentally vulnerable.
If you could post something and everyone in the world would watch it, you'd be the most powerful man on earth. So of course, simple question.
Not so healthy? Feastables, MrBeast's snack brand, has been marketed as a healthy option. However, critics suggest these claims are misleading, raising questions about the nutritional value of the products. While the brand positions itself as a better alternative to conventional snacks, here, Dogpack404 gives us the nutrition values of Beast bars compared to Hershey's chocolate
where it has
bars.
mostly the same ingredients as Hershey's and even more sugar and more calories per bar. And this initial ad for Feastables where he calls it healthy is still getting millions of views a month. Also, I don't think you should ever advertise it as over $1 million in prizes when more than 1/3 of those prizes are just coupons for more MrBeast products, forcing you to spend more money if you actually want to redeem them. Ooh, a $5 coupon for Beast Burger. Now a single combo only costs $20.
Bob's Burgers Palace or fucking Five Guys. If this shit can be successful, fucking Five Guys.
It's so good.
Who cares? It's called Five Guys. What kind of fucking name is that?
It doesn't matter.
Ooh, maybe you should have spent a little less time on this beautiful logo and more time on making the food actually edible.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Also, be for real, dude. Five Guys has a nice, clean, appealing aesthetic. You know, the name suggests humble beginnings. This is like a 8-year-old sloppy cotton candy piss burger. It literally looks like a piss burger.
In Food Theory's independent blind taste test of Beast bars against others, it failed miserably, not even been chosen once.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't realize you were a dark chocolate guy.
I'm not a super dark chocolate guy. I do love dark chocolate. I get it a 7.8 out of 10.
Okay, I'm starting to understand this, man. Okay. I'm starting to figure this man out. You're gonna like this one, right? You like salt? Everyone's a sea salt guy. I'm gonna get rid of these.
I love salt.
You just don't. Trust me. You're a dark chocolate kind of guy. Yes, I can read the room.
In MrBeast's taste test with a fellow YouTuber, you can see how the Beast acts when it does not go as he expects, just as with his scripted videos that are not scripted for MrBeast's desired outcome. Charitable deeds or dubious marketing. MrBeast is known for his philanthropy, but some argue it's all for views and subscribers. His high-profile acts of charity often attract millions of views, leading skeptics to question his
you're required to give up
motivations.
something of value in order to participate. If you're paying for an entry, then yeah, it's gambling. Giveaway challenges in MrBeast's videos aren't gambling. In his videos where he just randomly gives cash to strangers, yeah, he's giving away a prize. And yeah, the people don't have control over whether they win or not, but it's not gambling because those people don't have to pay to participate. In fact, in most cases, they didn't even know they were participating until Jimmy dumps money on them. But with Feastables, it's different. The entire point is that you enter by paying money. Sure, you get a chocolate bar out of it.
Transparency issues. There are allegations that MrBeast doesn't reinvest all his earnings into his video as he claims. Is he genuinely driven by a desire to help others? Or are these acts a strategic move to boost his online presence?
Okay, hey, so we here at MBSNDCGDBY News would like to give you $15,000 to cover your hospital bills. Also, I'm not a...
For this video alone, 1.5 million of it's going to be just building this stuff and like decking it and putting stuff in it or whatever. And like, you know, well, if I give $1 million cash prize, well, that's $1 million on top of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, it just adds up and it's like, well, I don't want to give away less money. I don't want to have less. I don't want to have worse sets. I just need to figure out how to make more money.
And more money he definitely does make. Let's do some basic math with value, attainment.
But let's do some basic math, okay? So I just pulled up his channel. His most viewed video is 293 million views. It's a 25-minute video. That's the $456,000 Squid Game that he did, which was all over the place.
And one note about that as well is he's also doing multiple different channels, quality dub. And so his most viewed video, Squid Game, is actually higher in another language.
Yeah, and I'm aware of that. But let's do this together. So Super Bowl commercial, you do 30 seconds. What are you paying? $5.2 million, give or take, right? And Super Bowl gets roughly 100 million views, okay? So if we take 300 million people watching the Super Bowl, which is the number here, not including all the other stuff, which means a 60-second clip in this 25-minute video is what? $16 million, okay? So if he's able to get 1 billion views because it's in other languages, then that means that's now a $50 million one video on that number. Then you take that, I don't know how many videos he's got. If we go over here and we see how many videos he's uploaded, he's got total 17 billion views. I'll just do the number on 17 billion views we can do together right now on just one channel, okay? Let's do this together. 17 billion views divided by 100 million, because that's what Super Bowl claims. So that's 170 times $5 million, okay? Minimum, that thing is worth $850 million. So one channel, so I've never even been asked this question, nor have I done the math. His one channel alone has generated a minimum of $850 million, and I'm calculating only one commercial. So assume on each video, he can do 5 60-second commercials. If we go to 5 on that, That's $4.2 billion that he has in his channel. So and then added to all the other channels that he has, I think he's right. $10 to $20 billion is the right number.
And
Over the last 4 years, each video MrBeast uploads gets over 200 million views, not including brand deals and other monetizing activities, sponsors and gifts, merchandise, etc. The financial and technical aspects of his operations are ambiguous at best. Scrutinizing his spending claims and the use of visual effects in his videos have revealed all is not what it seems. How much of what we see do you think is real, and how much is carefully crafted illusion?
In this time-lapse on the 4th day of 7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night completely soaked...
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the videos where they claim that they don't fake things.
But no, we have a creative video channel that doesn't fake things.
Ava Chris Tyson is a boy that transitioned to a girl but really likes young boys in the most inappropriate ways, accused of inappropriate behavior involving minors, including allegations of grooming and sharing explicit content through a Discord server.
You see, people found Ava's old Reddit account called TysonBoy34. As you can see here, she had made a comment saying, "My roommate is MrBeast, the guy who counted to 100,000. Took him 40 hours, but he got like 7 million views. YouTubers, man, crazy bunch." I really wish the other comments on this account were that normal, but as you can guess, they were far from it. Like this comment, "But you can still get teen love? 14-year-olds always stay 14. I don't even want to know what the context was here, but this sounds bad no matter what context it's in. But this is still, unfortunately, the beginning. One of the worst comments I have seen in this entire controversy was posted by Ava on the r/4chan subreddit, saying, "Why the fuck would you use your VR headset for anything other than 3D? Oh my god, that is terrible." What follows after is the 4-letter word for drawings of fictional children. And then after that, I really can't say it without being demonetized, so I'm gonna put this here, read them in succession, okay? Gang, and the last word, of course, is corn, but without the C. And some of you watching might be in disbelief right now. Am I actually hearing this correctly? Yes, unfortunately, you are. This is extremely vile and disgusting to the highest degree. And there was undeniable proof that Ava had said this. This tweet was unearthed yet again, even though Ava apologized for this already. Saying this all of a sudden kind of started looking differently, especially after what she had said on Reddit. This didn't help either, saying that bitch looked good for a 4-year-old back in 2017. But what took this weirdness to an absolutely different level was Ava's obsession with an extremely controversial and absolutely putrid human being known as Shadman. Shaddai Prejean, otherwise known as Shadman, is a, let's just say, artist. Someone who got kicked out of his art university because they argued he was a menace to society. For example, when Keemstar's daughter was 7 years old, someone dared Shadman to draw her committing some pretty horrible acts to Trump, because why not? Shadman said he'd do it if Trump won the election. Guess what? He did. He ended up drawing Keemstar's 7-year-old daughter, a real-life kid, committing some really fucked up shit. To say that Ava had a big obsession with him during his very edgy period of drawing kids. This is an underage character from an anime, and of course, you can see Ava saying, "Please, Chad, please," begging him to draw her. Girls 2 trailer came out. Ava said, "Shadman is going to love this." No doubt talking about the underage characters featured in that trailer, most notably Violet, who Ava had already expressed so passionately that she found cute. Broadcasting Corporation, the other thing, the inappropriate thing. It didn't matter though, because it was enough for us to understand that Ava had not only talked about inappropriate things with minors, because remember, most of the server was minors, but Ava's obsession with Shadman would still be prevalent. I mean, look at this. Sharing Shadman's website, shadbase.com, to a channel that mostly has minors, that is insane to me. Then making a comment like this, attaching God knows what, saying she is only 4 period, Ava and Jimmy were sharing the same place. They were roommates, and it was featured in a video on MrBeast's channel. In fact, you can see Jimmy right here staring directly at the poster, indicating that he at least knew this existed. It's a terrible look, which is why there's a fourth part in this video that talks about how MrBeast might have been complicit. Ava was so with Ava fully knowing that there were minors there, right? The Twitter user Nathan, who had the same moderator status as Lava when he was 15 and in Ava's Discord, was at the forefront of these leaks. Here's what he had to say. Watch.
Chris Tyson from MrBeast used me and manipulated me and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. I was actually friends with Lava GS at the time, who is the main victim of Chris that everyone has been talking about these last few days, who claims he isn't a victim, but we all know he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for MrBeast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join MrBeast Gaming himself, Lava. He's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me. Me and him were both initially involved in running Chris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them, as well as other technical back-end things that he needed help with. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway and Chris invited him after that, and Chris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Garry's server for the 10 million subscriber MrBeast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Chris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different porn and hentai videos throughout the time of me talking with him. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public. So when it was just a private server, his little circle of minors. And he would use this NSFW bot to spam different porn images, alongside all these 15-year-olds. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy, as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old, and even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see.
Lava was 13 years old at the time he met Ava. Ava and Lava met through a CSGO knife giveaway. Ava gave him the knife and then invited him to the Discord. Keemstar got right on it and said, MrBeast connected me directly to Lava, the alleged Chris Tyson group victim. Lava, I was not grouped by Chris Tyson. Lava, I did not meet Chris Tyson by myself. I met Chris and the MrBeast crew with my family present, and then finally I ran a Discord with Chris Tyson when I was 13 and edgy inappropriate jokes were said. That's it. Staunchly denying the fact that he was groomed. And as you can see from the second line, people were also accusing Ava of meeting up with Lava IRL. But Lava clarifies, no, I met the whole crew with my parents. With my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. To lump those two factors together to create a narrative that my behavior extended beyond bad edgy jokes is disgusting and did not happen. In past years, I have learned that my old humor is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. I don't want these accusations to impact the hundreds of people who work at MrBeast, which is why I have stepped away. This apology or statement drew a lot of mixed reactions. On one hand, Ava didn't even try to defend herself, but on the other, she doubled down on the whole Lava situation, saying, no, I didn't do that. At least I didn't do that one, but for the rest, didn't really bother explaining. Things did not end there though. If Ava was hoping that, then she was dead wrong. Logs from the Discord that Ava and Lava were in, right, this was Ava's Discord really, leaked, showing that this was more than just a few edgy jokes, and that there was also an NSFW section, right? A section in the server where 18 plus things were shared, with Ava fully knowing that there were minors there, right? Seeing the logs themselves, had this to say. Based on the recent screenshots and messages, I would like to say a statement about the Discord. This was 5 or 6 years ago and I thought I had a good memory of the situation, but I was wrong. After reading the chat logs, this stuff was inappropriate and wrong. I spoke based on my memory of the situation and I still do not remember these conversations, but they definitely happened. These conversations should not have happened with people at the age I was at the time. I strongly condemn them. I still believe I am not a grooming victim, but these conversations should not have happened with me and any other minor in this Discord. I was a minor in this situation and not the adult influencer who shouldn't have allowed this to happen. I did not see this wrong at the time. He then went on to quote tweet that tweet we just read and said this: I appreciate everyone taking this tweet as me talking about everything I have stated about Ava Tyson. It is not. This is only about the Discord logs, and the reason I spoke on my memory being bad is I have thousands of conversations in the Discord. I did not speak to Ava 24/7 even before the Discord server. We spoke a few times a week, and that's why I'm able to remember what actually happened between me and her. I still believe the other allegations deserve to be investigated. I'm not defending the actions of Ava. Also, the Great Cleansing is not related to the original cleaning the Discord statement Nathan made, and he knows that. This Great Cleansing was years after the server went public. We were talking about scrubbing any word that might be against TOS so we could get a Discord partnership. This includes words like boomer, corn, a 3-letter word that typically signifies when someone is arriving, and others. Below is more logs from that Discord server confirming them. I still do not remember the NSFW channel stuff, but it's been proven to have existed from this point. Lava was starting to tweet, doubling down on his stance. Here's what he had to say. These videos are massive lies and twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong and just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. Can you do me a favor and comment on these videos and tell them to stop spreading lies? This situation takes away from children who are actively being exploited every day online. I am not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos or paid off. Lava replied to that initial tweet saying, I'm not a victim and I'm not backpedaling any statements I've already made. Everything I have stated is still very true. Nothing bad happened between me and Chris. People are creating lies around my name. Yesterday, while under a lot of stress from trying to get my story out as quickly as possible, I made a mistake and included 2 videos in a tweet that had nothing to do with my situation. Here are the correct videos, and these ones should be taken down. Emphasizing how young these kids were, and it makes it so striking how insanely inappropriate and creepy any adult would have to be to cultivate this kind of environment for them or have a friendship with them. And I completely agree. Ava had essentially created a space with her and just a bunch of minors, almost a dozen of them, and was sharing some of the most vile things you can imagine with them while talking about topics that were very inappropriate.
The implications of these revelations are deeply troubling, especially considering the audience that MrBeast's content primarily targets: children and young adults. The fact that someone with a history like Delaware's was brought into a position of influence within the organization suggests a significant lapse in judgment, or worse, a deliberate disregard for the safety and well-being of the community that MrBeast claims to serve. Moreover, the involvement of Jake the Viking, who publicly defended Delaware and confirmed that MrBeast was fully aware of the situation, only adds to the unsettling nature of these decisions. It suggests that the environment within MrBeast's organization may have been one where loyalty and personal connections were prioritized over moral integrity and the safety of their audience. This situation has raised serious questions about the overall culture within MrBeast's company. Is it possible that such decisions were made in isolation? Or do they reflect a broader pattern of behavior and decision-making that prioritizes profit and popularity over ethical considerations? The idea that MrBeast's organization may have become a safe haven for individuals with questionable backgrounds is not only alarming, but also potentially damaging to the millions of young minds that look up to the content creator as a role model. As more details come to light, the true nature of MrBeast's empire and the motivations behind its decisions will likely continue to be scrutinized. What was once seen as a wholesome and philanthropic brand is now under a cloud of suspicion, with many wondering just how deep the issues run. For an organization that has built its success on the trust and adoration of its young audience, these revelations could be a devastating blow, potentially undermining the very foundation upon which MrBeast's empire was built.
Has underage people on and around, and he's targeted to underage people, and they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started.
Right? Someone who had shown up multiple times in MrBeast videos and was a part of their circle of friends tweeted out saying, "Jimmy knew."